Hey everybody, I'm here today to show you how to replace the shift knob on an 8th generation Honda Civic Si. So the first thing that you have to do is obviously remove the shift knob. And to do that, we are going to turn this nut right here underneath the shift knob clockwise while holding the shift knob. So I have an adjustable wrench. I'm going to place it around the nut, and I'm going to hold the shift knob tightly with one hand, and with the wrench in the other hand, I'm going to turn the nut clockwise, just like that. Now, if you are removing your shift knob for the first time, that nut will probably be really firmly and tightly in place. So be prepared to use a lot of force to actually loosen and turn the nut, but make sure to hold onto the shift knob tightly so that that force isn't being transferred onto the shift linkage and so forth. Now that I have turned the nut with the wrench, I can actually continue turning it clockwise with my fingers, just like that, as much as I can. And now that the nut has been removed, has been turned clockwise as much as possible, I can actually turn the shift knob itself counterclockwise to remove it. So I'm turning the shift knob counterclockwise to remove it, just like that, until you can actually pull it off and completely remove it. And now to reinstall or to change the shift knob, you're going to get your new shift knob. And for me, I'm using the exact same one just for the, I'm making this video just for the purpose of a tutorial. I'm not actually changing my shift knob to a different one. But if you had a different shift knob, you would then screw it into place just like that. You turn it clockwise into place and you keep turning it until it reached the maximum number of turns where it is facing the right direction, in the right orientation. So I'm going to keep turning it, and this is as much as I can turn it, but as you can see, it's not in the correct orientation. I can't turn it anymore to properly orient it. So I'm going to turn it counterclockwise until I get it into the proper orientation. I'm going to put the camera down as I do the next step. Now that it is in the proper orientation and it is the maximum number of clockwise turns until it is in the proper orientation, I'm going to hold the shift knob with my left hand, or any hand. You're going to hold it with one hand, and you are going to turn the nut underneath the shift knob counterclockwise. So I'm going to start by turning it with my finger counterclockwise until I've reached sort of the maximum amount of turns with my finger. Then I'm going to take my adjustable wrench, or if you have the appropriate size wrench, you are going to hold the shift knob very tightly with one hand, and with the wrench you're going to turn sort of as much as you can counterclockwise the nut underneath it. So I'm holding the shift knob with one hand, turning the nut underneath it counterclockwise, and that will completely secure the shift knob in place. And because we have oriented it properly, it looks it looks correct because it is in the proper orientation. So that is basically it. It's a relatively simple process. Just the one thing to note is that, once again, if you are doing this for the first time, there's a good chance that that nut will be really, really tightly in place. So be prepared to use quite a bit of force. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.